Short. There you go. Good step right there. Okay, let's take a look at our defensive starting lineup.
I think everybody else likes seeing it. Not seeing old guys out there anymore. Marco Wilson is going to be a fun guy because this guy played a lot of football in Arizona. Third down is what it's about, offensively and defensively.
Good pressure. It's Dietrich's wide.
Dietrich's wide. That's the way you start a game as a defense. On one right here, coming off the edge up top. That's what it's about. When you get a one-on-one, you want to win a little bit of the stutter step to get a sack.
See, this is going to be interesting with Barmore being out. You know, we'll get to Christian Barmore at some point, you know, with the blood clots.
He's a true pro. He's a veteran. He's an old guy, but I think these young guys are looking for direction. And here we see Ramondre Stevenson doing what he does around the edge for this offense, which is so big because that's what they want to stick to.
Tyquan Thornton, Jalen Reagor, and Austin Hooper at tight end with KJ Osborne. Jacob's going to one down, one back. Okay, good protection here. It's a good throwaway. It's a good scramble right there. You know, when they get this solidified too up front, you know, we'll talk about that throughout the course of this broadcast. The 5 offensive linemen you're going to pick and roll with. Ooh, nice stick. 31 starters out today. Not playing their top 2 quarterbacks. Oh, almost got one. All right, 3rd and 10 here. It's a big get-off down. New blitz. Nice ball. Wow. Good stick. Need more than that on 1st down. That's that zone run again. So that from calling plays, getting in and out of the huddle, is that going to be the big challenge for them until the play clock?
Yeah, I think, we talked about it in the production meeting. Just these guys, they're looking at over to the sign on the sideline. Now you're calling West Coast plays, which tend to be lengthy. So I think for, both these young guys tonight, the goal is clean operation, go out there and execute the play.
Well, now he's in a huddle repeating paragraphs to try to get everybody lined up in the right position and trying to get the play off. That's the operation. It's such a different game for these young quarterbacks.
The series, and then all of a sudden you push into a long yardage situation, 2nd and 14. You want to make sure you keep them out of these tough situations early on.
Call screen. Yeah, good call. And if you pick it up, you pick it up. There you go. Got it. And we go. And so now you get the opportunity to call a whole play. Nice throw. It's tough in the rain. We talked about it, Zoe, like these guys in the rain when the ball's hot.
Just a reminder, this time of the year, it's new for everybody. This is the first preseason game for everybody in 2024. So you come out here and it's raining. A good decision there to check the ball now, but I got to get back to Hoyer.
Each individual guy, what he has, and as opposed to, something like, the Josh McDaniel system where we're using a code word and it tells multiple people what they're doing. So, you just got to pick your poison.
That's a tough one. Yeah, backup center's a concern right now. You guys get chirped on Twitter a lot?
We don't want 32 up here in the booth. Like, remember when? No, there's a new 32 in town. Jalen Hawkins, he's getting ready to make a play. I get it. You don't want to hear us talking about Super Bowls and stuff. Ball is out. Ball is out. Did he call him down? I think he called him down.
A lot of third and longs here.
A lot of third and longs. Welcome to the preseason. Two brand new head coaches. I don't think they want to be in this many third and longs. Challenge flag on the play.
Offense, number 70. That's half the distance to the goal. Third down.
Good job by Jennings coming off the block.
I would think they want to show something because I don't think they put Drake May in there without this starting offensive line to make sure he's protected.
Short. Real short. So the big thing Gerard Mayo has talked about as camp has gone on is the reps.
And that makes so much sense, though, because, you know, people go to practice every day and they talk about the reps. But as a coaching staff, sometimes you decide to practice reps because you know who's going to get the reps in the game. And I think some of that has to do with how long do you want to play David Andrews? How long do you want to play Michael Owenu? Yeah. And I don't think they wanted to put Drake May in there without those guys on the field. I think for these quarterbacks, they know they can rely on that. He's going to be in the right spot. As Zappy gets the ball, drops it, picks it up, and he does what Zappy did a year ago, where he comes in and just excites the crowd.
All right, Brian, I spent 9 years as a backup. You've been a starter. You've bounced around. You've been on multiple teams.
On the offense,
how tough is it for a guy like Bailey
Zappi?
Zappi?
Penalty. Second down.
And does he end up here? Maybe he does. But if not, at least you want to go out there and play as good as you can to show the league that you can be, you know, a productive player somewhere else.
So it's coming back.
He has done and said all the right things.
Yeah.
And, you know, for me, from afar, and I've talked to you guys a little bit about this, I'd be surprised if he's still here, sort of at the end of camp, and the fact that he hasn't really asked.
Talked about it, you know, with this offensive line. They don't want Drake and Jacoby playing, so you're going to play a lot. So go out there and execute and you know, let the chips fall where they may.
And plays like that one right there for Bailey Zappi. And it's another one. We keep talking about these long yardage situations. I think they got to get back to trying to run this football as Jalen Rager falls on the play.
Intentional grounding on the offense, number 4. There was no receiver in the area, and he's in the pocket. So loss of down, 10-yard penalty. Fourth down.
But if they were on the field playing defense, they would have thought that was a real penalty.
Yeah, hey, Paul, you didn't hear me say the DB pulled him down. I still see the defense. I was trying to be nice about it.
Yeah, and from my quarterback perspective, I'm saying the receiver fell down.
It's obviously carried into the game.
Paul, you're right, and they were in a good rhythm in that drive, and that's what the NFL and football is about. Now you set this drive up where you don't play well. DeMarcus Covington is going to talk about that early tomorrow. No edge, no chance.
Plummer. You get the rookie from Louisville in now.
As a team, you want to always be playing, and Judon's not playing tonight, but he's taking mental reps and helping the young guys. I think it's also so important because you can't ignore the fact that a week ago we were talking about Matthew Judon, and he's unhappy in his contract, and he's at practice, and he's not at practice. Coaching on the sideline of him wanting his guys to do great. Yeah, and I think even when you talk about Judon, last thing is, if you think he's just not out here because of the contract.
Let's take a look at David Walls here, guys, number 30. He's made some plays during camp. Special teamer, wide receiver. Sort of an Amendola type. Juggle that.
The rookie, Caden Wallace, who's seen some time at tackle as well in training camp, and it's been a revolving door for them. The one consistent has been, you've seen in the middle of it, it's been Michael Owenu, it's been Sidney Soul, it's been David Andrews in the interior of that offensive line. Michael Owenu going back outside the right tackle possibly could be a part of being the best spot. They paid him like a tackle, so there's a chance I think that they view, hey, if we have to, we...
You know, for me, I always remember, I always keep my helmet on because that's even more realistic. And you listen to plays, and then as you're watching, you're like, what am I going to do on this play? And play it out yourself. It's a good play there. Yeah.
Nice little flip by Zappi right there.
Good run.
So that gets you 5 right there. You know, we spoke with Kevin Harris yesterday, and as long as I can see it, it's the stuff in the middle that I can't take care of.
Yeah, for so many years, the inside of the pocket was so, integral to how Tom played. And I think...
He lost it.
Yeah, Paul, when you look at that route and you're watching it, the same page doesn't always show up. But that's also why we play these preseason games.
Yeah, and not only that, I mean, young receivers, you coming from college where you're the top guy. Now you're going to the NFL, and even if it's the backup corner, they can cover. And so
are you going to be the one to comment on having a lot of hair? I'm just saying.
Well, you got 3 ball guys on this. Flag down.
Holding on the offense, number 61, half the distance to the goal. First down.
With a bunch of young guys that you don't even know all that much. As a matter of fact, your teammate, the only other teammate was up in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, I got a couple of them up there, the ball head crew, him, Jason, and Devin and Hoyer. So, I'll see Devin and Jason and Hoyer after the game. So, hopefully they've been nice to me throughout this broadcast.
On the team. But it was really good to talk to him about his role here on this team. And
Sean Wade.
There was a saying when I was at DBCTTOY.
Where was that one? It was just like popped right up
Miami,
That was Miami.
2022. It was also the Jets too. I can go down a long list of them.
I was thinking Jets.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, Joe. We can get into it.
Well, some have to have
You talk about David Walls.
Right here, and this kid's been making some plays in camp. He's opened some eyes. Now, if you're not going to be a dynamic offense, what are you going to have to do? Play really good defense, get off the field on 3rd down, and be solid in special teams. Special teams were slacking here the last couple of years.
Can I ask you guys a question? Where did David Wallace go to school? After he has a big return, that's the stuff that you love. They're spitting out their sunflower seeds, but still cheering on their guys.
Tough shot right there, pressure.
Let's see Baker down the bottom.
Got hit. That's good catch. 28-yard throw to the left side. I thought Bailey Zappi got hit here as he's thrown it. Nope.
In the NFL, that's a pretty clean pocket where you can step up into what we call the B gap to your left side. We're over here talking about the offensive line, their protection, but Keyshawn Booth.
Hey, Brian Hoyer, when he brings Polk in,
looking at the gap, and if one gap gets cut off, you go to the next gap. You find the end zone and you score a touchdown, Kevin Harris. That's what I'm talking about. And he said he knows they want to run the ball. Let's go.
Just a little give underneath. Gives you the look of the slip screen. It's a good hard run by Harris.
Good coaches always talk about goal line tackling. For a running back, when you get hit on the goal line or the 1-yard line, the ball across the end zone. And Kevin Harris does that right here.
Should never throw it down there, right? You get the ball first and go inside the 5. You guys got to ram that home.
Kickers that are not just a kicker and have a defensive player kick off if it can help bring an extra tackler on the field. On kickoff and kickoff return, because the coaches are still figuring out exactly what it's going to look like.
Good job getting up.
For these guys to try to show up, special teams, defense, offense, and try to make some plays.
All right, we got movement. False start.
False start on the offense, number 64. That's a 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Everybody what to do.
Man, you guys got it easy.
Hey, you don't have to say all these words. Lean on with Christian Barmore out. And I look at a guy like you just said, Zoe, Sam Roberts. He's been there for a while. He showed up a little bit. We're going to need him to step up this year. Right here, number 81 runs across. And you can see right away the DBs run into each other. Carolina knows it's man-to-man. You're going to force it. That's when you create space to get a big gain like that.
It's only their second first down. Oh, didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Was that a fumble?
Get on the ball and let the refs figure it out.
A little bit of an escape hatch.
Intentional grounding on the offense, number 16. It's a spot foul and loss of down.
Rookie out of Arkansas getting a chance to get out there and get after the quarterback. Good speed off the edge, and they're going to need that. They're going to need pressure from all different guys. Oh, what a play.
Oh, he got rocked.
Jimenez has showed up and been explosive off the edge. That's what you call speed to power. You look like you're going to run off the edge and run around a guy, and you run through his chest, put him on the floor, and get a quarterback strip sack. He just needs the red sleeves.
Good tackle.
So we always kept all our equipment on. You could unbuckle the shoulder pads, but you had to keep all of it on. You didn't have to wear your helmet. But you're right, though. I mean, a year ago, Sean Payton, he gets to the Broncos, and we're having bucket hat conversations and all type of stuff surrounding what guys should be doing in the preseason.
That's a little extreme there,
Make sure the guys are getting some work, but you're keeping them healthy and making sure you're planning the best you can for the season.
And you're still evaluating guys. You're still evaluating Bailey Zappi. And I'm sure we'll see a lot of Joe Milton in the second half because you're still evaluating him as well. Run a real live 2-minute drill. So we'll see it right here with Bailey Zappi. So I can't wait to see what Joe Milton's first play looks like.
Did you get that? Oh, we got it. Welcome back. 2-minute warning. No, not 2-minute warning. Incomplete pass. It is 4th and 5. They added time to the clock.
Your defense gets a rep to 2 minutes.
Exactly. Now your defense was due 2 minutes. A little bit of a line drive.
You gotta watch that potential.
This might be
drop tackle.
This might be
hip drop.
The first hip drop tackle.
During the return, legal block in the back, receiving team number 87. It's a 10-yard penalty. First down.
So since we had to add time back onto the clock.
Ooh. Drop it. I didn't drop it.
Steve, I'd like to present you with a gift if you don't mind opening place.
Yep. Yes. Thank you, Stacy from Patriots. Hey, let me tell you something. I'm going to call this.
Is there no Zola?
Great blitz.
There you go, Christian Ellis. I asked Dante Hightower about Christian Ellis. He said, Coach, I just want to go hit somebody. That's what we call a good old swim move. Outquicks the offensive lineman and goes and gets his first sack of the preseason. Christian Ellis.
How much did he have to twist his arm to become a coach?
Yeah, I know. He told me he was just playing golf every day. So when they asked him, he was like, you know what, maybe I should be doing something else other than playing golf. And I think he's been really good, even talking to some of the linebackers.
You guys get on a flight. Like I travel with the team, and I see you guys get handed these tablets. An hour after the game, they flip the film over. I used to cut it up by hand. That's what we did.
And we're not that young. We had the big binders that you had to carry around and put in your book bag. And Coach Belichick used to make sure you had your binder with you on the road. Kayshon Boutte's showing up again.
I'll tell you what. So as I said, Booty made a couple catches this week.
Pop Douglas is a guy that jumps off the film when he's out there with his quickness and his speed. He's not going anywhere. There's a big hit coming across the middle as he holds on to that one. The thing you can do is what Boutte's doing is making plays out there as Zappi's getting his 2-minute drill rolling.
Zapping a little bit of rhythm here. He hit that 16-yarder to Booty.
This is just a good moment even for the coaching staff.
was brought in last year to be the veteran as Jacoby Myers went to Vegas. And we haven't seen much of Juju, if any, so far tonight. And throughout practice a little bit, he's been going with the three somewhat.
Yeah,
so
you just wonder if that's telling because
yes, as an older guy.
And the only thing we should do is watch what these guys do when they get the reps. Do they make plays? Do they not? But we have to just see how it works.
That's an incomplete. You got a guy in the area there. I want to go down to Brian Hoyer here. Brian, as we approach halftime here, do you think Zappy's going to get the call to make the turn to see how he comes out in the second half, or do you think they saw enough and we're going to go with Joe Milton here next? All right, after we get this, we're going to head back downstairs. See how this plays out. It's coming up. Still at the 22.
You do have a couple of your rookie class up here on the offensive line. Caden Wallace is out there. I think Layden Robinson's out there. So you get a chance to see a little bit of your rookie class and see how they're holding up.
Nice catch by Baker.
There's another one of the rookie class. Throughout the 11 days that we got a chance to see, if he gets his hands on it, he generally catches it. He's one of those really physical guys.
Holding.
It's a penalty on both sides. Holding on both sides. Again, so my whole point about trying to be a little bit cleaner, and again, I know the offensive line, not the most glamorous spot, right? But they need a backup center. Jake Andrews, you guys profiled when you did the medical reports earlier in the game. Jake Andrews was probably going to be the backup center. Mafi's out there right now, second-year guy. He's really struggled snapping the ball. I think they're trying to force feed him into being that backup center.
In other systems, the quarterback's in charge of making the calls, and in this system, that center has to make those calls. So you really need to come up with someone in case something happens to David Andrews that can really fill in.
That if anything does happen to David, he can step up and play.
32. That's coming for it. Oh, that's a good ball. Rudy had a chance. Sure wasn't me. But I mean, we gotta go to the original top of the show there. That's your head coach, right? Suits are so much more tapered now.
Yes.
Back in the day, man, we had these big suits, the shoulders. Of course, that was Jonathan Kraft and Robert Kraft.
Football team and be the one leading them out there in his first preseason game. Really cool journey for Gerard Mayo, who went through and started doing all of these different tasks that coaches were doing during his playing career because he got injured 3 years in a row. And he said that's when he knew, all right, I might be able to coach someday. So it showed up and worked out for Gerard.
That's not only the on-the-field stuff, it's the off-the-field stuff.
The head football coach in New England Patriots. There's no comparisons for him. He's just going out there doing what he knows. And I think that's the part that you got to love. And this defense, you got to love how they've been all around the ball. Joe Giles Harris again.
4th and 10. Oh.
Play game on the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
They don't want to do that.
Back him up 5 yards and gives our guy David Wallace another chance to possibly have a big return.
Chance here.
Elliott Wolf with what they need, and we were just talking about it. Some of that came from extending guys and giving out new contracts, and they've done that.
Definitely, you're talking about the change that we're seeing. Some of those people in leadership,
because they want new guys. They want the big free agent to come in. If you don't sign these guys back, you got to replace them. And it also sends a message to your locker room. And
looks like all the reports is you offered the right money, you want everything. He didn't want to come here. His team knows, hey, we're building. We got to get better. We got to make it more attractive.
Things that he's looking for, and I think that's why you saw so many guys like Kyle Duggar and Michael Wenyu. Those guys were valuable re-signings, and I do agree. And I am, believe me,
Take care of your own guys. I think, like they were saying up top, people who come in, they realize if I do what I'm supposed to do, they're going to take care of it.
To get your center, your all-world center back. And then you made a run at two guys that are, top of the market. Tough landing on his shoulder right there for Bailey Zappi.
Yeah, that hurts.
Ooh. And you can see the pressure right there was off for these tackles. They're trying to block these defensive ends.
And Zoe, to hit on what you're talking about for Elliott Wolf, and you guys are talking about as a flag comes out here, and we'll wait to see what the call is going to be on this one.
It's got to be a delay. On the offense, it's a 5-yard penalty. They're down.
So delay the game, and they're still kind of going backwards as they're trying to clean up this operation. Screw all of the picks, and they brought guys in, and they were able to win a Super Bowl with a guy like Matthew Stafford. So I do think, to your point, Elliott Wolf going after Calvin Ridley, being in the conversations about Brandon Ayuk. Those are the things that this front office realized. Yeah. They all said it was May and Brissett splitting reps, and then Zappe and Milton are splitting reps. So they're still figuring this thing out as well.
Corner blitz picked up. Good job by Plummer there with the read.
There you go, dog. You want to see what I do when I come out for real? Come off the edge on the blitz. Running back picks me up, okay. Maybe even talk a little bit of trash out there.
I like corners with swagger.
Yes. So you're a guy that played with a lot of swagger?
I play with Ty. Oh, yeah, I talked to two.
That doesn't surprise me.
Used to shoot guns and stuff.
Delay game. On the offense, that's a 5-yard penalty. They're down.
A lot of penalties.
A lot of penalties.
Potentially talking about moving the league here to where it starts at the beginning of the summer.
I was in the game at this point, finishing out the game, trying to do something on special teams, but trying to show the coaches that I understood the defense that could make a play.
Come on,
this is our guy.
There we go. Hey, that's 8 more yards. That is 8 more yards around that corner. Sticks it right on Baker. Little hook route to the right.
He hadn't called a play in the huddle since he was 17 years old. So it's insane. And this is a guy that played at 2 different schools. So he's not like, but now showing what you can do with your mind.
Hey, let's give Joe Miller some love. That thing said 246 pounds. He said he's down around 235. He said he's got on a good diet. He understands what he needs to do. Well, that's what Cam used to tell us in practice. You know, as DBs, Scott, you know, you can't touch the quarterback in practice. But we'd come on a blitz, and I'd yell as loud as I possibly could, sack! And Cam would start laughing. This has probably been the best they've run the ball on this drive with a couple run plays that I've hit.
Good movement. Look out. Get out of here. Fans love it. They love it.
There he goes.
Speaking of Cam, I remember when he did that to Nikovich down there in that Monday night game down in Carolina. Very similar here.
Not many times you're going to break 3 or 4 tackles in the back end and get 13 yards. So Joe Miller, not sure if he wanted to slide.
Let's talk about this Patriots defense, because right now they're pitching a shutout. You happy with the way these guys are playing?
So far, all the guys are playing well. They're playing their technical fundamentals. There he is. Told you, he's going to move. In order to be a good defensive coach, you have to know offense. So he's been in this system for a long time. He's able to.
Fourth quarter, go make plays with your legs.
Hoyer, you're here. Tell us about that throw right there.
It's a little bit deliberate to where the other corner could jump it a little bit. All right, what are you thinking here? 3rd and what? 3rd and... That's why I'm not coaching.
We still got to figure out who the kicker is, too, so it's a part of it. That's a good ball by Joe Miller, though.
That's going to get in there. Nice kick by Slide. It's a 42-yarder. So he's got a chance to get in there. Well, going to bring it up.
That'll be a fun watch.
That meant defense at the end of last year.
Yeah, Eagles is a good football team. Ball on the ground.
Sloppy. Little check sweep action. 2. You probably love being that second corner in the cover two. They throw that inside out route.
Patriots defense very content. They dropped into a zone. Ball is the organization. It's the most valuable thing out there.
Kenny and Amendola made a career out of this. Like, remember the first Hard Knocks with the Dallas Cowboys? Yeah, they didn't want to cut him, and they ended up cutting him, and he bounced around. Coming back, cold.
Carrying. There is a flag on the play.
Legal use of hands to the face on the offense, number 68. It's a 10-yard penalty. First down.
A second first and 10, you end up with a first and 15. And running, but the big thing was Joe Miller stepped up in the pocket, looking down the field to get rid of the ball. As he pump fakes and almost loses it, probably helpful to have those big mitts on the ball. Then he picked up some yards.
That's a 13-yard gain right there. Confusion on a route here. Got away with
Prior to the pass, legal contact on the defense, number 34. That's a 5-yard penalty, an automatic. First down.
Got a good cushion here on the bottom. First and 10 again. Good strong run.
And credit to the big guys up front. Dev, you mentioned it. Their best drives have started off with them being able to just keep the ball on the ground and make something happen. So much we've talked about this offensive line. We're going to talk about them being able to keep Jacoby Brissett clean and Drake May clean throughout this preseason. But the main thing for this football team is they're going to have to be able to move people to run the ball to have any success on the offense.
You guys are the same age. Oh, nice look. Oh, man. That's a dart. Bazooka Joe with the reset. 38-yard touchdown. The outside receiver here.
Jaquay Jackson. Where's he from, J-Mac? He's from Rutgers University, and that's what we call a double move, folks. He makes it look like he's running it out, and they celebrated with a handshake. Joe Miller said he was going to have one ready for the guys.
Yeah, we asked Joe Miller. He said no backflip, just handshakes.
His dad's got to be fired up. Coming out. Chance. Good stuff right there. Great breakdown there, Brian. Jake Luton in at quarterback now.
And it's a good point by Hoyer that we watch this throughout the NFL. Sometimes these receivers.
Quick fake. Catch outside.
Yeah, another pre-snap penalty.
Legal shift on the offense, number 12 did not reset. That's a 5-yard penalty. Second down.
But him taking his time, setting his feet, knowing what he's doing with his vision, and doing it with a purpose. It's one thing when something, hey, quarterbacks lift people off, but knowing he was going back, I think that was a really good job by him.
Yeah, there's kind of two rules of thought with a double move.
Subtle move with the shoulders too, right? That's how he gets the safety to react.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can't just look. I think we could ask Devin on those are the things that they're going to study.
But going out there interacting with the fans, and now when you get your chance, you show up in the game and you do it right. And that was a fourth down right there. A little bit of a pick play up top to get the receiver open.
Your first game, scramble around, make some great plays. Your dad's in the stands, and then cap it off with a great touchdown pass.
Yeah, that's a good point, Brian, because again, the limited reps.
Yep. First game action for a lot of people, myself included this year, and we'll go in and clean it up, but it's good seeing the young guys go out there and make some plays. There's a lot. It's a great opportunity for a lot of guys. It's good for veterans too to get out there because obviously we've got new players and things like that. So get out there, work all the kinks out, and get us to play how he wants us to play.
One last thing, Jacoby Brissett. I was having a little fun with him, but 8 years ago he was good. And you were right along with him.
Yeah, I think having Jacoby back swing.
There you go. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, guys.
That's a guy that knows us, Kev. When he says something like that, there are people at home right now like, man, David Andrews, he knows those guys.
Yeah,
Safe and home.
Him and his wife, Mackenzie,
Mackenzie.
talked to them, and they were in good spirits. I talked to him when it was happening, so always good. And me and him joked about it. When you have that second kid, you're a little bit more calm.
Dev, you've been such a great leader off the field, doing the community stuff. Slater, you guys are retired. He's still kicking it.
Yep.
Oh, he got it. What a pick. Oh, no. You got to play it up. Got to play it up. Pretend you caught it. Keeping him off the white. Drop. Snap, hold. Kick is good. Got one more kickoff, guys.
You look at guys like Matthew Slater or defensive backs or wide receivers. I don't know with this new kickoff. You don't have to sprint down the field anymore, so we might see bigger guys, tight ends and linebackers.
Well, even with this new dynamic kickoff, we watched it in the first game where we saw Chicago and we saw Houston. Person missing, they could be gone. We haven't seen that at all.
Kill formation. Six tight diamond. Usually have Slater back there.
Jay, you ever line up at...
That was fun seeing you guys in Kansas City celebrate. That's still one of my favorite games. To do that was great.
It's the only reason I'm sitting next to you guys right now, that people are actually hiring me to be on TV. So I'm
a tough NFC East team, black and blue division. They're going to come in here. They're going to hit you on Tuesday, and then you're going to play the game on Thursday. So stick around here. We'll be back with the Toyota post-game report. We'll have that for you next.